Imagine a field where nothing grows, cracked, dry and salty soil, long dismissed as useless. For generations these lands have been written off, their potential buried beneath layers of salt and drought. Farmers would look at these barren stretches and see only hardship, a reminder of nature's limits and the challenges of feeding a growing world. Now, picture that same land suddenly lush with green rice stalks, thriving where nothing else could. The transformation is almost magical. Fields once abandoned now bursting with life, the air filled with the promise of harvest. It's a sight that brings hope to communities who had nearly given up. This isn't science fiction, it's happening now, thanks to a breakthrough from Chinese scientists who refuse to accept defeat. Their relentless research and innovation have turned a dream into reality, pushing the boundaries of what's possible in agriculture. They've developed a super rice that doesn't just survive in harsh conditions, it flourishes. This rice can withstand salty soils, drought, and even extreme temperatures, opening up new possibilities for farming in places once thought impossible. This isn't just a new crop, it's a revolution in agriculture, offering hope in the fight against hunger. For millions who struggle to grow enough food, this rice could mean the difference between scarcity and abundance, between uncertainty and security. With a growing population and shrinking farmland, we need solutions that work with the land we have. Urban sprawl and climate change are squeezing farmers, making every patch of arable land more precious than ever before. Led by Yuan Longping, the father of hybrid rice, this team engineered rice to thrive in salty, dry, and extreme environments. Their work builds on decades of research, blending traditional knowledge with cutting-edge science to create something truly remarkable. Instead of fixing the land, they made a plant tough enough to handle it. This approach flips the script, turning adversity into opportunity and giving hope to regions where agriculture once seemed impossible. This is a leap forward in plant science, one that could change how we feed the world. It's a testament to human ingenuity and the relentless pursuit of solutions to our most pressing problems. Imagine barren stretches becoming rice bowls, giving struggling communities a chance to grow food again. These new rice fields could transform local economies, create jobs, and bring stability to families who depend on the land. This isn't just a lab experiment, it's a discovery with the power to touch billions of lives. From rural villages to bustling cities, the impact of this innovation could ripple across continents, changing the way we think about food security. The journey from lab to global solution is long, but the first step has been taken. Each seed planted is a step toward a future where no land is wasted and no community is left behind. It's a story of hope, resilience, and the power of science to transform our future. The possibilities are staggering, and the journey has only just begun. With continued innovation and collaboration, who knows what other miracles await? Let's see how big this breakthrough really is. The world is watching, and the seeds of change are already taking root. The numbers are staggering. Scientists believe this super rice could unlock up to 14 billion acres of marginal land worldwide. That's land currently considered too harsh, too salty, or too barren for traditional crops. Imagine for a moment the sheer scale of this transformation. Entire regions that have never supported agriculture could suddenly become productive. For perspective, all current farmland on Earth totals about 12 billion acres. That's every field, orchard, and pasture combined. Now picture adding even more land than that to our global food system. That means, in theory, we could double the land available for food production, without clearing more forests or harming natural habitats. This is a chance to expand agriculture while preserving the world's vital ecosystems, a balance that's rarely possible. This is about transforming salty flats, deserts, and alkali soils into productive fields. Places once written off as wastelands could become green and fertile, supporting crops and communities. Vast regions in Africa, Asia, Australia, and the Americas could become new breadbaskets. These continents hold millions of acres of untapped potential, waiting for the right technology to unlock them. For communities in these areas, agriculture could shift from impossible to abundant. Families who once struggled to grow enough food could see their fortunes change with new opportunities for work and prosperity. Even cultivating a fraction of this land, just 5 or 10%, would revolutionize the global food supply. That's hundreds of millions of new acres feeding the world, helping to meet the demands of a growing population. An extra billion acres could stabilize prices and make food more accessible to the world's poorest. More food means less hunger, lower costs, and greater security for everyone. The scale of this opportunity is electrifying. It's a vision of abundance that could reshape economies and societies across the globe. It's not just an incremental change, it's a giant leap. The transformation could be as dramatic as the Green Revolution, but on an even larger scale. But turning potential into reality will take time, investment, and global cooperation. Scientists, governments, and farmers must work together to overcome technical and social barriers. The promise is enormous, but so are the challenges. From climate change to infrastructure, there are many hurdles to clear before this vision can be realized. Let's look at how this rice actually works, and why it could be the key to unlocking a new era of global agriculture. How did scientists create rice that thrives where others fail? The answer lies in plant hormones and genetic precision. At the core is gibberellin, a hormone that drives growth and flowering. Normally, stress like salt or drought triggers other hormones that halt growth to conserve energy. Using gene editing, researchers tweaked the rice's genetic code to ignore these stress signals. The result? The rice keeps growing, even in tough conditions. It's halo-tolerant, able to manage salt by blocking or safely storing it, and drought-resistant, using water efficiently. This approach works with the plant's natural biology, bypassing its panic switches without disrupting other functions. The result is a tough, productive crop that can flourish on marginal land. It's a testament to the power of targeted genetic engineering. By understanding and fine-tuning nature, scientists have created a plant with real-world superpowers. This is science at its most practical and most inspiring. But why does this breakthrough matter so much? Let's find out. This isn't just a scientific milestone, it's a lifeline for a hungry world. The development of super rice represents hope for millions who struggle daily to find enough to eat. It's a breakthrough that could transform lives not just in laboratories, but in the fields and homes of those who need it most. Over 800 million people go to bed hungry every night, and the problem is growing. Hunger isn't just a distant issue, it affects families in every corner of the globe, from rural villages to crowded cities. The faces of hunger are everywhere, and the need for solutions has never been more urgent. By 2050 we'll need 60% more food, even as climate change makes farming harder. Droughts, floods, and unpredictable weather threaten harvests, putting even more pressure on farmers and food systems already stretched to their limits. We can't keep expanding farmland without harming the planet. Clearing forests and wildlands for crops destroys habitats, accelerates climate change, and puts biodiversity at risk. We need smarter, more sustainable ways to grow food. Super rice offers a way to boost food production without increasing our environmental footprint. By growing more food on the same land, we can protect nature while feeding more people. It's a win for both humanity and the environment. For families in arid or coastal regions, this rice could mean the difference between hunger and self-sufficiency. Salt-tolerant and drought-resistant varieties open up new possibilities for communities facing harsh conditions, giving them a chance to thrive. Food security is the foundation of stable societies. When people are fed, communities thrive. Children can go to school, parents can work, and hope can flourish where once there was only uncertainty. By decentralizing food production, we reduce the risk of global shortages and price spikes. Local farmers gain more control over their harvests, and communities become more resilient to shocks in the global food supply. This innovation could help break the cycle of poverty and hunger, nurturing human potential worldwide. When people have enough to eat, they can focus on education, health, and building better futures for their families. A more resilient, diverse food system is safer for everyone. It means fewer disruptions, more choices, and greater security in the face of an uncertain future. It's about more than just rice. It's about building a better, more secure future. Every grain harvested is a step toward stability, opportunity, and hope for generations to come. But every breakthrough comes with challenges. New technologies must be tested, accepted, and adapted to local needs. There are questions to answer and obstacles to overcome. Let's take a closer look at the hurdles ahead and explore how we can work together to ensure this innovation reaches those who need it most. Before we celebrate, let's talk about the real-world obstacles. Scaling up production to cover millions of acres is a massive logistical and financial challenge. If seeds are too expensive, the farmers who need them most may be left out. We must ensure this technology is accessible and affordable, not just for big corporations. There are environmental risks too. Could super rice disrupt local ecosystems or become invasive? Careful long-term studies are needed to avoid unintended consequences. Turning wasteland into farmland also requires infrastructure, water, roads, storage, not just seeds. Many marginal lands lack these basics, so success depends on more than just the crop itself. Overcoming these hurdles will require global cooperation and smart policy. The rice is a powerful tool, but it's only one piece of a much larger puzzle. Now let's explore the global impact and the politics at play. The world is buzzing. Some hail super rice as a game changer, others remain skeptical. Experts and NGOs see hope for fighting hunger, but critics warn that miracle crops often fall short in real-world trials. Public skepticism about GMOs remains, especially in Europe and elsewhere. Beyond science, there's geopolitics. China's breakthrough boosts its influence, especially in developing nations. Is this humanitarian aid or a strategic move to project power and secure resources? Control and access are key questions. Will this technology be shared freely, or come with strings attached? The world will watch how China manages this innovation. The stakes are high. This is about science, power, and trust. Let's see how super rice could reshape economies. If super rice delivers, its impact will ripple through global economies. Countries once dependent on food imports could become self-sufficient, freeing up resources for development. New agricultural powerhouses could emerge in places like the Middle East, Africa, and Australia. This shift could lower global food prices, benefiting consumers but challenging traditional exporters. The demand for farming equipment, infrastructure, and logistics would surge in these new regions. Rural development and job creation could transform some of the world's poorest areas. The global food trade map could be redrawn, with winners and losers. The economic ripple effects are vast and unpredictable. But what does the future really look like if this vision comes true? Imagine a future where barren wastelands are green and thriving, symbols of human ingenuity. Food security is no longer a daily worry. Communities once on the brink of famine are now flourishing. Children grow up healthier, and societies are more stable and creative. The competition for scarce resources fades, making the world more peaceful. But this vision isn't guaranteed. It depends on years of testing, collaboration, and responsible implementation. We need rigorous trials, open knowledge sharing, and strong regulations to manage risks. Success will require unprecedented global partnership. The path forward is challenging, but the potential rewards are immense. This is a test of our collective wisdom and resolve. The future is ours to shape if we work together. We stand at a crossroads. Super rice offers real hope, but also real challenges. It's a powerful vision: more food, less poverty, greener landscapes. But the road from breakthrough to reality is filled with obstacles: logistics, costs, environmental risks, and geopolitics. Is this a genuine solution or just another overhyped promise? The answer depends on the choices we make: investing, sharing, and rigorously testing this technology. Super rice is a seed of hope, but it needs wisdom and responsibility to grow into a global solution. The future of food is changing before our eyes. Let's watch, question, and engage, because this is about more than rice. It's about our shared future. The harvest of hope is in our hands.